Good morning, listeners, students, sportsmen, scholars, officials, and even workers. I welcome all. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA. Today it is very nice time. It is very nice place, and really it is very praiseworthy and admirable. Today we are spending a lot of energy and time on knowing the truth of life. As actually all of us know, our forefathers, social reformers, our ancestors, whether they are physically present or not, but their words, their ideas, their actions are still exist in this world. How? Because we cannot be apart from the basic elements of life. So like that, they are the basics. They are in the form of foundation working in our own fields. Whenever we pay attention, we bring them in our ideas, in our thought, in our emotion. They recreate in this world. They regenerate themselves in this world. So we should not forget this thing. Our life is mortal, but soul is not mortal. Our soul is immortal. Our body and this materialistic world is mortal. But the world that is invisible, really that is immortal. So live forever. How the subject conveys endless, immortal, imperishable, incessant, perennial, perpetually beyond doomsday, and eternal concept of living. According to Plato, I have good hope that there is something after death. As Swami Vivekananda also says that our power is strength, no doubt. Strength is our life. This is obviously true. On the other hand, he says our weaknesses are death. How? Whether physically We haven't died. But if any organ of our body, internally, externally, if we are the loser of any kind of deformity, it means that is also a kind of death of that organ, death of that part, because that has become weakened. So we should care our health and body, mind. This is our greatest property. Never feel that if you are not having a huge money, don't mind. Because it is said in our sacred literature that if your money is lost, nothing is lost. If your health is lost, something is lost. Thirdly, if your character is lost, everything is lost. So, never care the external world, because if you are 100% caring your internal world, then definitely you will reach at that height which is unshaken, which is forever, permanent, which may give everlasting soothing effect forever of our mind and heart. It should be our firm persuasion that immortality of our soul is not a delusion, and we should cherish its bliss to our last breath. The noble thoughts of Augustine's sermon suggest that immortality is health. Immortality is health, and this life is a long sickness. Human race is most sublime, supreme, and distinguished creation of Almighty God. The management of our life must involve superb thinking, planning, actions, and proper utilization of resources with positive aspects to achieve most favorable results. Every person should introspect from time to time to work for better prospectus and prosperity. Lifespan of a person is limited. The cause, period, and place of death remain unknown to everyone. It is being regulated through fortune governed by the Divine Lord. In our Holy Scriptures, we read, and we will read What is written in our literature? Unread is more powerful than read. Unwritten is more powerful than written. Unspoken is more powerful than spoken. And unlistened is more powerful than listened. The same quotation has been written by John Keats. Everyone knows who has studied literature and who is studying English literature. You will know the truth of life through John Keats. Unheard music is more sweet than heard. So there are some resemblances in the ideas and thoughts of Swami Vivekananda and John Keats. Swami Vivekananda, who is the icon of our youth, who is immortal forever. His words, his actions, his thoughts, his ideas are endless, celestial. So, how to transformation of life? This is really very knowledgeable and informative, instructive topic for our mind. All living beings generally survive for a specific span of time, after which they perish to recycle the elements back into nature. As we see the recycle of water, recycle of air, recycle of fire, recycle of all the 5 elements of our human body. But this human body is really a term. If this human body is lost once, it's lost forever. No doubt soul is immortal. Our actions are immortal. But when we talk about our human body, it can never come back again in the same form of human beings. We may believe in rebirth. We may come back again on this earth, but not in the human being again. So we are to make it utilize maximum. There are some exceptions where one generation transforms into the next progeny to ensure organic continuity at gross level. In keeping with this tenet of nature, man also lives for varying lifespans by nourishing, protecting and reproducing. However, human existence is much more than food, clothing, protection and sensual pleasures. We are spending the life in our sensual pleasures. What are the sensual pleasures? False affection, ego, erotic nature, mind and materialism, anger, avariciousness. These are the kinds that are wasting our time and betraying with us, cheating with us, deceiving with us. But we don't know openly, externally, until and unless we will not concentrate, until and unless we will not pay attention on the spiritual power, on the mental power, on our mind and thought, we cannot understand the valuable gifts of God. He created us on this earth for some special purpose. We are just wasting our time in the physical, sensual pleasure. Physically speaking, various living forms survive for different lifespans, ranging from few hours to hundreds of years. This longevity depends upon their genetic makeup. Several microorganisms do not die a natural death. With advancing age or under hostile environmental conditions, they transform into next generation through different modes of multiplication. Among the multicellular organisms, only a few types of jellyfish can continue to survive very long, like microorganisms. But most multicellular beings must ultimately die to make way for the next generations and renewal. Bodily, man also lives for a limited period. But during this span, 90% of this body cells die and are replaced by new generations within a few months. The most interesting aspect of this ubiquitous destruction is the organic continuity and interlinkage between species through the DNA, which regulates inheritance and has been passing down with generations for millions of years. Unlike other living forms, human capacity of conceptual thought can go beyond the neutral awakening. On the one end of this spectrum, we have the subconscious mind, unaware of the extent, circumstances, Next, the conscious mind, aware of what is around. And then the superconscious state, which is only realized by a few. A crude comparison may be made with water, which at ice is solid. Liquid at higher temperatures and vapor at very high temperatures. A single feature can be transformed into widely different aspects to acquire. As we have earlier discussed, that transformation and recycle, renewal, these are the concepts for bringing change, for bringing newness in our basic elements. So, is it possible that recycle of our thoughts, of our mind, of our energy? Yes, it is possible. Its recycle, its renewal is possible. But the term of human being, human birth, it is not repeated again. So we have to make it utilize maximum. Listeners, old age ones, young ones, and women, children, for all of us should know the reality of life, and we are to make our life useful, maximum. Thereby we can become permanent and immortal in this human birth, in this human life. Thanks. Namaskar. All of the listeners, I once again say thanks to all of you. Thank you. Dhanyavad.